Hari Om. Have you ever noticed that as you become more spiritual, you become less comfortable with fake people, fake relationships, and fake situations? You begin sensing something deeper than words. You can feel the energy behind a smile, the intention behind a compliment, and truth hidden beneath appearance. If this has been happening to you recently, today's first oracle card carries a profound message. Thoma Nagmo, the fierce black goddess, has appeared not to frighten you, but to protect you. The message is simple yet transformative. Trust me more than you trust your fears. Let us understand what the Divine Mother wishes to reveal today. Today's energy makes a shift in your spiritual journey. Until now, you may have been trying to solve every problem with effort alone. But today's card announces a new phase. The Mother begins fighting the battles that your ego no longer needs to fight. This does not mean becoming passive, it means replacing fear with surrender, anxiety with trust, and reaction with wisdom. When your heart aligns with truth, divine grace begins to work silently on your behalf. Thoma Nagmo is one of the fiercest manifestations of Divine Mother. She symbolizes divine protection, wrathful compassion, discernment, karmic purification, fearless truth, surrender. Her fierce appearance is directed only towards ignorance, injustice, and illusion, not towards sincere seekers. The sword she carries cut through deception. The served head symbolizes the fall of ego and false identity. The Kapala skull cup reminds us that even suffering can be transformed into wisdom. The blazing fire surrounding her burns away accumulated karmic patterns that no longer serve your evolution. This card appears when the Divine Mother is preparing you to see life through the eyes of truth rather than through the lens of fear. According to the original teachings, as your sadhana deepens, the Mother begins communicating through everyday life. You may notice repeating numbers appearing unexpectedly, butterflies or birds at meaningful moments, sudden inner guidance without logical explanation, conversations that answers your silent prayers, a deep sense of peace during difficult situations, synchronicities that feel too meaningful to be coincidence. Life itself becomes her language. The universe begins whispering instead of shouting. The Divine Mother teaches that every relationship carries its own sacred purpose. Consider the story of Shiva and Sati. When Sati chose to leave her physical body at Daksha's yajna, Shiva experienced profound grief. Yet even this heartbreaking event was part of divine unfolding. From that apparent ending emerged the sacred Sati Pithas, blessing countless seekers for generations. What seemed like a loss became a gateway to greater purpose. Likewise, when someone enters or leaves your life, it does not always signify punishment or failure. Sometimes the Divine Mother is rearranging your journey according to the wisdom that your mind cannot yet perceive. Trust the process. A senior executive who spent years building impressive career. From the outside, everyone admired his success. Inside, however, he lived with constant anxiety, unhealthy relationships, and exhausting pressure of maintaining an image. One day, after a period of deep meditation, he realizes he was living according to the expectation rather than truth. He chose integrity over appearance. The decision initially brought uncertainty, but it also brought freedom. Outward success had hidden inner suffering. Authenticity opened the door to genuine fulfillment. This is Thoma Nagmo's blessing. If this card appears, lovingly examine whether you are holding on to the people who repeatedly dishonor your peace, remaining silent when truth needs to be spoken, living to maintain an image rather than living authentically, judging yourself or others through label of success and failures, allowing fear to become stronger than faith. The Mother is not asking you to become harsh. She is asking you to become truthful. Truth without compassion becomes cruelty. Compassion without truth becomes weakness. Thoma Nagmo teaches both. Bhagavad Gita is wisdom. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Abandon all limited identities and take refuge in me. I shall liberate you from the bondage. Do not grieve. This verse perfectly reflects today's card. When surrender becomes complete, divine protection naturally follows. Advaita Vedanta teaches that fear arises when we identify ourselves with the body, mind, or social identity. The Upanishads remind us, Soham, I am that. When you remember your true nature as pure consciousness, fear gradually loses its power. The fierce mother does not remove every challenge. She removes illusion that you are facing those challenges alone. This is real protection. Spend a few quiet moments with these questions today. Where in my life I am choosing appearance over authenticity? Which fear is preventing me from trusting the Divine Mother? What illusion am I finally ready to release? Where is Ma already protecting me even though I may not yet recognize it? What would change if I trust her guidance more than my own anxiety? The Divine Mother has helped recognize truth and surrender fear. But recognizing truth is only first step. The next question naturally arises: how do we express that awakened truth in our daily life? Our words, our creativity, and our actions. That is precisely what second card Maa Matangi will reveal. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Maa Kali, Jai Maa Tara, Har Har Mahadev, Jai Hanuman Dada. In the first card, Maa Thoma Nagmo taught us stop entertaining falseness and to surrender our fears to the Divine Mother. But once illusion has been removed, another question naturally arises. Now that I know the truth, will I have the courage to express it? Many people awaken inwardly yet continue to hide outwardly. They silence their gifts, they suppress their creativity, they speak what is socially acceptable instead of what is spiritually authentic. That is why Divine Mother now appears as Maa Matangi. Her message is, your voice is sacred, do not hide it from the world. Today's energy encourages you to step out of self-doubt and into authentic expression. The universe is not asking you to become someone else, it is inviting you to become fully yourself. Whether your gift is teaching, writing, singing, mentoring, leading, healing, or simply speaking with kindness, your authentic expression is a form of seva. When your word arises from truth rather than ego, they become instruments of divine grace. Maa Matangi is the ninth Mahavidya and tantric form of goddess Saraswati. She governs speech, Vak Shakti, wisdom, music, creative arts, communication, learning, influence, authentic expression. She is often called the goddess of sacred speech because she reminds us that the words have power to heal, inspire, unite, or wound. Unlike ordinary knowledge, Matangi bestows living wisdom, knowledge that transforms both speaker and listener. Her blessing is not merely eloquence, it is ability to speak what is true, necessary, and compassionate. The signs Maa Matangi is guiding you, you may notice a desire to write, teach, or create. New ideas flowing effortlessly, increase confidence while speaking, opportunities to guide or mentor others, creative inspiration appearing unexpectedly, a growing discomfort with pretending to become someone you are not. These are not coincidences, they are invitations from the Divine Mother to honor your unique gifts. One of the most beautiful stories associated with Maa Matangi tells us that she manifested from the remnants of the meal shared by Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. To the ordinary mind, leftovers represent something discarded. To the Divine Mother, they become the source of a radiant goddess. What society rejected, the divine transformed into sacredness. The lesson is profound. Your worth is not determined by how the world evaluates you. The divine sees the possibilities where the world sees limitations. Never allow another person's opinion to define your destiny. A young school teacher loved sharing wisdom but was terrified of public speaking. She constantly compared herself with more confident people and believed her voice was too ordinary to make a difference. One day she stopped trying to sound impressive and simply began to speaking from her heart. Her students noticed the change immediately. Her authenticity touches the people far more deeply than polished presentation ever could. Within few years, she became one of the most respected educators in her community, not because she spoke perfectly, but because she spoke truthfully. That is the blessing of Maa Matangi. Authenticity creates influence. When this card appears, gently ask yourself, am I hiding my gifts because I fear criticism? Do I repeat popular opinions instead of expressing my own understanding? Am I seeking approval more than the truth? Have I allowed comparison or silence my creativity? Do I judge people based on the status rather than consciousness? Maa Matangi reminds us that true impurity is not external. The greatest impurity is the heart clouded by ego, arrogance, judgment, or fear. When these are removed, even the simplest words become sacred. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat. Swadhyayapyasena chaiva vangmayam tap uchyate. Speech that does not disturb, that is truthful, pleasant, beneficial, and rooted in self-study is considered the austerity of speech. Bhagavad Gita 17.15. This verse beautifully reflects Maa Matangi's teaching. Not every truth needs to be harsh. The highest truth is spoken with compassion, clarity, and love. Vedanta teaches us that self is complete, pure, and limitless. When we forget this truth, we seek validation from the world. We adjust our voice to please others. We shrink our gift to avoid rejection. But the Upanishad declare, Satyam vada, dharmam chara. Speak the truth, live the dharma. Maa Matangi reminds us that your authentic expression is not any act of ego. It is an act of alignment with your true nature. When your speech reflects the wisdom of the self, your word becomes blessing to the world. Spend a few quiet moments reflecting, where have I been hiding my authentic voice? Which creative gift is asking you to be expressed? Do my words create peace or conflict? Am I speaking from fear or from love? If I fully trusted the Divine Mother, what truth would I finally express? The journey so far has been beautiful. Thoma Nagmo taught us to surrender fear. Maa Matangi taught us to express our authentic truth. Now the final question remains. What happens when the truth is expressed with courage and aligned with the divine? The answer arrives through the final card, today's reading, Karma of Kali. There we discover that a sacred desire is not something to suppress, but something to purify, align with Dharma, so that joy, love, fulfillment becomes expression of divine self. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Maa Kali, Jai Maa Matangi, Har Har Mahadev, Jai Hanuman Dada. Today's journey with Divine Mother has been extraordinary. In our first card, Maa Thoma Nagmo removed illusion and reminded us to trust her more than our fears. In second card, Maa Matangi encourages us to express our authentic voice and live according to our highest truth. Now the Divine Mother asks us the final question after discovering the truth. Have you remembered how to enjoy life? Many seekers know how to struggle, many know how to sacrifice, many know how to endure hardship. But very few know how to receive joy without guilt. That is why Divine Mother now appears as Karma of Kali. Her message is both simple and revolutionary. My child, joy is also sacred. Today's final energy invites you to slow down, not because you have become lazy, but because you have become present. The universe is asking, can you recognize the blessing already surrounding you? Most people postpone happiness. I will be happy when, I will celebrate after, I will rest once. But the Divine Mother whispers, life is happening now. The present moment is not an obstacle on the way to happiness. It is a place where the happiness is found. The Sanskrit word karma is often misunderstood. It does not merely refer to physical desire. According to Sanatana Dharma, karma includes joy, beauty, appreciation, healthy desire, emotional fulfillment, sacred pleasure, gratitude, celebration of life. Maa Kali is not asking you to escape the world. She is inviting you to experience the world consciously, enjoying a sunrise, listening to devotional music, sharing a tea with loved one, walking quietly in nature, offering gratitude before a meal. These too are forms of sacred worship. The lotus held in her hand reminds us that beauty can blossom even in difficult circumstances. Science, this card is speaking to you. Perhaps recently you have felt constantly busy but rarely joyful, successful yet emotionally exhausted, focused only on future goals, unable to appreciate your present blessings, or perhaps, for the first time in a long while, you feel called to laugh more. Spend time with family, listen to music, pray with love instead of obligation. If so, Maa Kali is gently opening your heart again. One of the most misunderstood episodes in our scripture is Sri Krishna's Rasa Leela. On the surface, some see only dancing. The sages saw something entirely different. The Rasa Leela represents the soul rejoicing in union with divine. Every moment expresses love. Every melody expresses devotion. Every smile expresses surrender. Krishna teaches that divine joy is not opposed to spirituality. It is the fragrance of spirituality. When love is free from selfishness, it becomes worship. That is the essence of today's card. A businessman spent 40 years building a successful company. He accumulated wealth, recognition, and respect. Yet he rarely paused to enjoy life. He postponed vacations, ignored his health, missed family celebrations. He often said, "Once I retire, I will finally leave." After retirement, his granddaughter invited him to watch the sunrise. At first, he resisted. Then he quietly sat beside her. As the first rays of light appeared, tears filled his eyes. He softly says, "I spent my whole life chasing success, but I forgot to enjoy a miracle of single morning." From that day onward, he began living differently. He will value achievement, but he also valued presence. That is the blessings of Karma of Kali. Mother lovingly asks us to examine, am I constantly postponing happiness? Have I confused busyness with purpose? Do I feel guilty whenever I rest? Am I always chasing more while ignoring what is already I have? Have I forgotten how to celebrate simple moments? Sometimes the greatest poverty is not lack of money, it is inability to experience gratitude. The Divine Mother reminds us joy is not indulgence when it awakens love, presence, and appreciation. Bhagavan Sri Krishna declares, Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Bhagavad Gita 7.11. O Arjuna, I am that desire which is not opposed to Dharma. This is one of the most important verses of today's card. Krishna does not reject desire itself. He sanctifies the desire that aligned with Dharma. Healthy joy, pure love, creative expression, gratitude. These are not obstacles to God, they are expression of God. The Taittiriya Upanishad proclaims Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. What an extraordinary declaration. The ultimate reality is not described as fear, not as struggle, not as anxiety, but as Ananda, bliss itself. Vedanta reminds us that joy is not something we manufacture, it is a natural state. When mind becomes quiet, the heart becomes grateful. Maa Kali does not ask us to chase happiness, she asks us to uncover the bliss already present within. Take a few moments today and ask yourself, what simple experiences bring genuine joy to my heart? Where am I postponing happiness unnecessarily? Which blessing have I stopped noticing because they have become familiar? How can I transform gratitude into daily spiritual practice? What would change if I treat every joyful moment as an offering to Divine Mother? Let us go through the three-card revelation. Pause for a moment and look at today's complete journey. Thoma Nagmo, the mother removes illusion. She teaches trust the divine. Maa Matangi, the mother awakens your authentic voice. She teaches express your truth. Karma of Kali, the mother opens your heart. She teaches celebrate life with gratitude. This is the rhythm of spiritual evolution. First fear dissolves, then truth emerges, and finally joy blossoms. That is not merely today's prediction, that is a path of conscious living. Now, what we have received, the complete wisdom of today's three sacred cards. One important question remains: how do these teachings guide our career, money, relationship, family, health, and spiritual growth? In the next phase, we will bring these timeless teachings into everyday life. Discover how Maa Kali's wisdom has transformed the ordinary to the sacred. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Maa Kali, Jai Maa Matangi, Jai Maa Kamakali, Har Har Mahadev, Jai Hanuman Dada. So today's divine message is, beloved seekers, today's three cards reveal a beautiful spiritual progression. Most people believe spirituality is only about meditation, rituals, or knowledge. The Divine Mother reveals something much deeper. She says, first, remove fear, then express your truth. Finally, enjoy the life I have already given you. Fear closes the heart, truth opens the heart. Gratitude fills the heart. Today's reading reminds us that liberation is not escaping life, liberation is learning to live life consciously. In career, today's card encourages authenticity in your professional life. If you have been making decisions based purely on fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of losing security, today's message is clear. Stop building your career around fear. Build it around purpose. Maa Matangi especially blesses teachers, writers, speakers, artists, consultants, coaches, leaders, content creators. Anyone whose profession depends upon communication and creativity. Your greatest career advantage is not imitation, it is authenticity. When your work becomes an expression of dharma, success follows naturally. Thoma Nagmo removes scarcity created by fear. Matangi reminds us that knowledge and skills create value. Karma of Kali teaches us to enjoy prosperity with gratitude rather than anxiety. Money itself is neither spiritual nor unspiritual. It is simply amplifies the consciousness of the person who uses it. Unethically, spend consciously, save wisely, share generously, and that is spiritually aligned prosperity. In relationships, today's card bring tremendous healing to relationships. The fierce mother asks you to release manipulation, dishonesty, and emotional mask. Maa Matangi teaches honest communication. Kama Kavali reminds us that love flourishes where appreciation is expressed regularly. Karma of Kali reminds us that love flourishes when appreciation is expressed regularly. Do not assume your loved ones know how much they matter. Tell them. Speak words that nourishes. Listen with compassion. Celebrate one another. The relationship thrive not only through sacrifice but also through joy. In family, every family has inherited patterns. Some inherited fear, some inherited silence, some inherited struggle. You have the opportunity to begin a different legacy. Create home where truth can be spoken. Mistakes can be forgiven. Joy can be celebrated. Children learn gratitude. Elders feel respected. This too is spiritual practice. Today's healing reminds us that body listens to the mind. Constant fear creates tensions. Suppressed emotion weakens vitality. Endless striving exhausts the nervous system. Today give yourself permission to breathe deeply. Take a mindful walk. Listen to the devotional music. Eat without distractions. Smile without reason. Sometimes the greatest medicine is not found in bottle, it is found in presence. Spiritual growth. Today's journey is beautiful, reflects the stages of inner evolution. First, the mother removes illusion, then she awakens the authentic expression, and finally she teaches us to recognize the divine in ordinary moments. Many seekers wait for extraordinary mystical experiences, yet the divine often reveals herself through a sunrise, a heartfelt prayer, a sincere conversation, a grateful heart. The highest spirituality is not escaping everyday life, it is sanctifying everyday life. The Taittiriya Upanishad declares, Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Know that Brahman is bliss. What a profound teaching. A nature of reality itself is bliss. Fear is not your true nature. False identity is not your true nature. Comparison is not your true nature. Your true nature is Satchidananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Today's three cards guide us back to that truth. Fear dissolves, truth awakens, bliss naturally shines. Mantra for the day. Om Krim Kadikayai Namaha. Om Krim Kadikayai Namaha. Om Krim Kadikayai Namaha. I bow to the goddess Kali, the divine mother who transforms fear into freedom, ignorance into wisdom, and limitations into grace. Chant this mantra 11 times before beginning your day, or 108 times if you seek deeper inner transformation. As you chant, imagine placing every fear, every doubt, every expectation at the lotus feet of Divine Mother. 3 practical actions for today. Action 1, release one fear. Write down one fear that has silently controlled your decision. Offer it mentally to Maa, Thoma, Nagmo. Ask yourself, if I completely trusted the Divine Mother, would this fear still control me? Action 2, express the truth. Today speak one truth that your heart has been quietly carrying. Perhaps express gratitude, offer forgiveness, encourage someone, share your creative work, allow your authentic voice to emerge with kindness. Action 3, celebrate one blessing. Before sleeping tonight, write down 5 blessings that already exist in your life. Do not ask for anything new. Simply appreciate what the divine has already placed in your hands. Gratitude multiplies joy. Today's special message, if you are watching this today, perhaps the Divine Mother is gently reminding you something important. You have spent enough years proving yourself, enough years worrying, enough years comparing, enough years waiting for the permission. Now, trust her, speak your truth, receive your life. Do not postpone happiness until everything becomes perfect. Perfection is not gateway to joy. Presence is. Today's 3 cards invite 3 reflections. Thoma Nagmo. What fear are you ready to surrender? Maa Matangi, what truth are you finally ready to express? And Karma of Kali, which blessings are you most grateful for today? Share your answers in the comment. Your experience may become encouragement another seeker needs today. That is the spirit of Gurukul. Guru Dakshina practice. Today's Guru Dakshina is not monetary, it is transformational. Choose just one teaching from today's prediction, live it sincerely before tomorrow. Knowledge becomes wisdom only when practiced. That is the highest offering we can make to Divine Mother. If today's satsang brought greater clarity, courage and gratitude into your heart, I warmly invite you to begin your own journey with Maa Kali. Begin your journey with Maa Kali, the Kali Code Oracle experience. The link is in description. Walk with us every day. We explore the timeless wisdom of Maa Kali through Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita and practical spiritual living. If this message touched your life, subscribe to the Kali Code. Share today's prediction with someone who needs hope. Join our growing spiritually wealthy Gurukul family. May Maa Thoma Nagmo remove your fears. May Maa Matangi awaken your authentic voice. May Maa Kali fill your life with gratitude, joy and divine bliss. Jai Maa Kali, Jai Maa Matangi, Jai Maa Kali, Har Har Mahadev, Jai Hanuman Dada, Hari Om, Tat Sat.